the opening day to me, when I was a kid growing up, and I'm the perfect guy to use. You're talking about a guy who's been in the opening day since 1968, 67, who couldn't wait for opening day, loved it. And then, of course, when we moved into my teenage years, the combination of the championship game and opening day, that day was a tremendous sports day, maybe the best sports day of the year, with the championship game in college basketball at 9/12, with all the openers in the afternoon. There wasn't a better sports day on the calendar than that day. And it's unfortunate that we're all going to be into it, but it's unfortunate that, in my eyes, we've lost a little of the romance of opening day. We're going to start the teams. You know, the GMs, it's almost like the opening day doesn't mean anything to them. They don't want to get wrapped up in a pomp and circumstance. So we're going to make sure the pitcher gets held back. So we're going to make sure the big guy who from the minor leagues, I know it's a rule and it's part of it, I get it, but we're going to send them down so we get the service time organized. We've lost some of the romance of opening day. Buehler hasn't pitched an inning yet. Jeez, Kershaw hasn't pitched at all yet. I mean, Sale went yesterday. He's going to start opening day, but he only pitched 4 innings. You know, where is the old days when Billy Pierce almost threw a no-hitter at Yankee Stadium? Or did he throw a no-hitter in 1967 at Yankee? Wasn't it broken up in the ninth? We can go into that. I mean, where is the romance of that? We don't have any of this stuff anymore. I mean, come on, guys. Let's get into the spirit of the new championship season in baseball. And you almost get the idea of some organizations, they look at it from a long-haul perspective. It's 6 months. It's 162 games. This game is no different than game 83 or 99 or 114. And, I mean, in a lot of ways it is. It's the dawning of a new year. It's the dawning of spring. I mean, a dawning of hope. Bunting, 50,000 in the ballpark, the whole 9 yards. Day games all over the place. Famous people throwing out first balls. I mean, all these things. That's what baseball, I mean, it was great. Now, listen, I don't like the March 28th thing. I know we want to make sure the calendar gets pushed back from playing World Series in November. I understand that the baseball players with the last collective bargaining agreement needed more days off, but to me, it's that's early, March 28th. They're going to be cold. I mean, and there's a lot of things going on in sports that day. You got regionals. You got North Carolina and Kentucky. I mean, you got things happening. So to me, that's a little too early. I get it, but it might be a little bit too early. Listen, I just want opening day to be what it used to be, opening day. And it hasn't been that way now for, I don't know. I blame a lot of this on the GMs. It's almost like in the old days, the opening day used to be a deadline. Let's get our ball club ready. We got 25-man roster. I want this man pitching. He's my ace. He's going out there. You got 56,000. We're going to bring Koufax out there in Dodger Stadium with Vin and with Lasorda. Let's play baseball. That's what you kind of like. You don't have that. It's not the same. And I am not, now listen, I'll be careful here. But I am not one, and I know why everybody does it. They do it in all the sports. I don't like NFL games in London. I think that's stupid. I don't like the NBA playing games all over the world either. I don't like the opening day in Japan. I get it. Branding, I understand it. But, I mean, it's 2:30 in the morning Seattle time, and the Mariners are going to throw the first pitch out there on Wednesday. I mean, geez. I mean, really? I mean, I don't like that. So there are certain things here that do bother me. Now, as far as what's going on right now, as far as these teams are concerned, we got to get to a couple of items. First off, Severino not going to pitch down to May 1st. We're not going to see Aaron Hicks on opening day. They're going to take it easy with him because they don't want to push it, so he's not going to play probably the first 2 series at least of the year. So you got that going on. Buehler hasn't pitched an inning yet. Who knows if he can get ready in 10 days? I would doubt it. Kershaw, he hasn't done anything yet. We're not going to probably see him as far as opening day is concerned. Sale only went 4 innings yesterday. He pitched 5 innings at most as far as opening day is concerned for him. I mean, these teams, and of course, we're not going to see Guerrero. I'll believe it when I see it, when I see Alonso at first base for the Mets. I know Brody and I know Callaway say the right things, and I understand, and we're going to take the best 25 north. But, again, they're going to look bad if they don't because Alonso's killed people in spring training. He's been phenomenal. Now, they can hide an injury, but if he plays pretty well and he stays healthy in the next 9 days, what's going to be the explanation if somehow they decide to save the year service time and send him down, Binghamton, wherever their AAA is? Syracuse, and they sent him down to Syracuse for a couple weeks. So, I want to see, if you're a Met fan, you want to see Alonso there at first base on opening day in Washington with DeGrom and Scherzer. I mean, we want this day to be a big baseball day. That's what we want. And I think there are, first off, again, March 28th, too soon for me. But I like that first couple days in April. I mean, when you get right down to it, baseball should start April 1st, the Monday. I mean, when you get right down to it, April 1st, maybe even April 8th. If you get right down to it, play 154 games, start April 8th. I mean, that would be perfect. Then the weather get a little better. You won't freeze all over the place. It can be 40 degrees. So that's just my idea here, and I wanted to start the show off. I'm not going to do this again because I want to work here. I'm not going to do this again. But I wanted to set the scene because we're 2 days away from Mariners and the Athletics. We're only 9 days away from obviously March 28th. Teams are going to break camp and spring training here probably by next weekend because they play the Dodgers and the Angels, the Giants and the Athletics. Teams making their way west will play some spring training games. Boston plays in Arizona against the Cubs, because they open up in Seattle. So we're going to have some of these things going on as we move it along here in the next 10 days. And I don't like what Seattle's done because to me, Felix Hernandez, and this is Bruce's idea, I had nothing to do with it. It was his thought and he's right. Felix Hernandez should start some opening day that they play. I mean, what is Seattle trying to prove? I mean, we're going to make sure we go play in Japan so Ichiro gets a standing ovation, but we can't have Felix pitch in one of these 2 games? I don't understand that. That doesn't make any sense to me. Marco Gonzalez, really? Is that what we're doing? Let him pitch!